welcome to Game Time. I'm your host Rob, and before we get into this episode of Rob's Rules, I would just like to say thank you to my current subscribers. And if you are watching this and you do not subscribe to the channel, please drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. Everything helps. I would like this channel to grow and help people either get into the world of modern gaming or just highlight areas where people can go and play, go buy the games, and just meet like-minded people. But that's another series of videos which I will be starting soon. They'll be my vlogging videos, and the game we are doing on Rob's Rules today will also be coming in the gameplay video series that I'll be doing. So let's get on to way. This is Rob's Rules, and we're talking Menara. This is one of my favourite dexterity games. It's a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players where you are working together to rebuild a temple. And as it's a cooperative game, there are lots of ways for you to lose. If you run out of temples, if you collapse the tower, if you run out of cards to draw, you will lose. But the only way you can win is to build the required amount of floors. And when I say required, it has a variable difficulty. There is 3 difficult levels: easy, medium, hard, and depending on which level you choose depends on the amount of floors you have to build. But any cards you cannot complete when you're building, they get added to the goal. So you could start off needing 3 floors to win the game, but end up needing 9, which I've had. But it is a very, very fun game. I've had a lot of fun with this, and let's get into it. Okay, so this is Menara, sorry. So first things first, you get all the floor tiles, shuffle them, put them in a random order, and then you take the top 3 and set them up, and this is going to be the base of the temple. When you're setting it up, they have to touch, all 3 tiles have to touch on at least 2 points. You set up the store, so this is the market, you pull 6 random pillars out of the bag, and that's there, and then you decide on the difficulty. So what you do is you get your little level markers. So we're going to go for easy, which is 3 floors, medium is 4, hard is 5. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to go for 3. The other 2 can go back in the box. So just put these over here next to the store. So we have 3 floors to beat, and then you get pillars out of the bag, and this is your hand. Each player will have this, and depending on what level you have and the amount of players. So as I'm doing this just on my own and it's on easy, I get 8 pillars. 2 players, you have 7, 6 for 3 and 5 for 4. Medium, you have less, so it goes 7, 6, 5 and 4 for players. And on difficulty you have even less again, starting with 6 pillars for 1 player, 5 for 2, 4 for both 3 and 4 players. So the more players you have, the less pillars you get. So on your turn, you have 4 phases that you do, and then you go in this order. You exchange columns, so you can exchange your pillars with the store. You can take as many as you need from here and put in what you want from there. You then draw a construction card, and these have a difficulty as well. Blue's easy, yellow's medium, red's difficult. I'll go through those in a minute. You then build, so the card you revealed, you have to do what's on the card. And then you draw your pillars back up from the bag, and that's your turn. As it's a cooperative game, you are completely free to speak to the other players, to try and devise the best strategy, what you want to do on your turn, what pillars you want to, if you're taking pillars out of the store, what you put back in to set up the next player. So for example, as there's a lot of yellow pillars on here, if I needed some and there was another player, I could choose to leave a couple of them in there for that player, or just pill for myself. So for example, I could actually take some yellow ones out to put red in, because there's more red ones there. And that's basically a turn. So swap if you wish. You have to draw a card. If you can't draw a card, you lose the game. If you can't refresh your hand back to your maximum hand size, you lose the game. If the temple falls over, you lose the game. The only way you can win is by building the required amount of floors. So at the minute we're starting off on easy, so at the minute we just need 3 more floors to do. The base is not included in the goal. So when we are building cards, so I'm choosing not to swap in this, so we are going to reveal the construction card. So there are There are 5 different types of cards. So these ones, this is just build. So you place the number of columns, pillars, onto the floor. So I have to place 2 pillars. It doesn't matter what colour, I can choose what colours I want, and you can also place the pillars at the same time. Now sometimes that can come in handy when it requires to balance it. So I'm going to place there and there. Within menara, as soon as you fill one base like that, you have to put on a new temple floor. So in this case, looking at the card, as it's got 2 dark symbols in the top and a black border, we have to choose the nighttime temple. So we have to use the night side. If it was like this and you had the white symbols in the corners, we could use the day side. Or if it's like this and got both, we decide. So the night side has a darker theme, the day side is light. And as this is dark, I have to use dark, so I have to put this, if I can, on the top like that. If I can't do that and it's not safe or stable to, I can add it to the base. If I add it to the base, I have to follow the same rules. It's got to touch at least 2 points. The only downside is adding to the base. This card is then added to my goal. So now I would have to need 4 floors, as depicted there. I would need 4 floors to win the game, which is not good. Also, if at any point you can't complete a card, that gets added to the temple. So I'd have to do 5 floors. That's why I said at the minute. If you add a new floor to the base of the temple, you can remove all the pillars from here, draw 6 more new ones from the bag, put them out, and then put them back into the bag. Right, so that one, that is just a basic build one. Now with this one, you have to put 2 columns onto the same floor tile. If you can't do that, again, you would fail, and that would add to the goal. So the blue ones are just normally just build. Quite straightforward, just a range of pillars to build. Nice and easy. At the start of the game, building is the easiest one to do. So the yellow ones are the medium, medium difficulty. So again, just nice 3s or 2 on a base. Nice easy builds. Just to show you all the cards. Now this one, is you have to fill a base completely. So for example, just chuck in as many as you need to completely fill a base. Done. Now this one is you have to move columns. So this is a move one column from anywhere on the tower and place it onto a higher level. So for this one, if it was set up like that, I would have to move this one and place it onto a higher level. Easy. Again, just loads of little funky ones. Now, the fun stuff comes in a difficult one. So again, fill a base, add 3 to a single base, move 2 from a lower level to a higher level, move 3, add 4, move 2, fill a base. Now this one, this is an evil card. There's only one in the game, and you have to move an entire floor up 1 or more levels. If there is any columns on it, the columns have to go as well. If the columns fall over while you're moving, it's classed as a failure, and that gets added to the temple goal. That's why that's difficult, but there is only one of them in the game, so you don't have to worry about it once. But that's it. So you exchange with the camp if you wish, you reveal a card, and then you have to complete the card, and then you replenish your pillars from the bag back up to 4. When you fill a base, even if you haven't finished doing the card, you have to add a new floor. So you could be adding several floors as you go in one turn. And I'm going to completely break the rules and just use any pillars on this, because you have to put the pillars on corresponding colours. But I'm just going to blitz this just to show you. So there are lots of weird and wonderful shapes in this game. Cutouts, loads of weird and wonderful shapes. But this is a very, very fun dexterity game. I've had a lot of fun playing this game. An absolute giggle as you try and will the temple to stay upright as you're manoeuvring about. And I've got some very cack-handed friends who I've played this with. But yeah, this is Menara. Very fun. It is a lightweight game, but it's a very fun, cool dexterity game. I highly suggest you check it out, and I hope you have as much fun with this as I do. Enjoy.